All right, so I purchased my windmill palms in September of 2020 and ended up wrapping them or enclosing them in November of 2020 when the temperatures started to dip below freezing. But windmill palms are cold hardy down to roughly 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. But I live in zone 5B, which can get as low as negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So I definitely waited until the temperature was consistently above 32 degrees Fahrenheit and the danger of frost was gone. Now, don't get me wrong, they can definitely handle a little bit of frost, but I wanted to wait until that danger was gone. So what you can see here is I am unwrapping the stretch wrap from the enclosure to get to the horticultural fleece and the C9 incandescent lights. And you'll notice that we made that enclosure a little bit larger than what it actually needed to be, but that's only because we wanted the palm trees to have room to grow and didn't want to have to keep making new enclosures year after year. So that's why they're a little bit bigger than they need to be. So what you see now is the horticultural fleece or the plant cover that we use to wrap the trunk and the fronds of the palm tree. We staked it into the ground just to keep it nice and sturdy, and you can already see that the fronds are still very green. And ultimately, it looks like the tree thrived in the enclosure that we made for it. So I wrapped the C9 incandescent lights all the way around the trunk, and I also spread them out on the ground to cover like the roots just a little bit to make sure it all stayed nice and warm in there. And I had the lights plugged into a Thermo Cube, so it turned on automatically when it needed to and turned off automatically when it needed to. And it actually looks really pretty with the lights on inside the enclosure at nighttime. So it made for a nice little Christmas backdrop. But anyways, when you're purchasing the C9 lights, make sure you get the incandescent lights and not LED lights. And that's just because the incandescent lights are going to push out a little bit of heat, whereas the LED lights probably won't push out any heat at all. So just make sure you get the right lights because I accidentally bought LED lights to begin with and realized they were wrong and had to get new lights from Ace. But you can see the close up of the palm tree and the fronds look super healthy. There's new growth coming out of the center of it and I couldn't be happier with the enclosure that we made, the wrapping that we did. It just looks really good and healthy.